Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames. In this video, we're gonna talk about Jeanniemaie and Jezzy getting a divorce. Now, I want to say this so that no one has any misunderstanding or misinterpretation of my intentions as to where this video is concerned and the previous videos that I've done on this topic. Now, please note that I'm not coming from a place where I feel salty about marriage or anything like that. I grew up in a nuclear household, and both of my parents, they're still together. You know, both of them are terminally ill. Don't cry for me, Argentina, because I believe it is, something beautiful, even though at first my entire world was ruined, when I learned of my parents' diagnosis back to back. But as I healed, I was realized that there's beauty in life and death, as painful as it is. So I just want people to know that I'm not coming from a place where, a salty individual that is speaking. I'm coming from a place where I believe in marriage more than anything else. And I believe that there are some things that, we experience throughout life journey that gives us a fair understanding of different areas in life depending on our experiences and how much we're willing to pay attention to and take notes. And as such, I believe that even though I'm not a part of GC and Jeanniemie's marriage, um, there are certain things that that tells a story. Do you know how they say, our DNA tells a lot about us? Well, I can say that their digital footprint tells us a lot about their marriage. And when I say digital footprint, I'm talking about the very few posts that they've made. It says a lot. And it's not as though I'm reading into a lot, because there are a lot of posts that did not caught my attention. But there are two posts in particular that has caught my attention. One is from Jeanniemaie and one is from Jezzy. Now, before I get into the post, there's one thing that I do know for sure, and that is, I believe, this thing of, feminism, woke feminism. I believe it's beautiful, but at the same time, I believe that there's a lot of misconception around it. And because of such, it is ruining a lot of marriages and a lot of relationships. And, you know, I believe that when men are making the change, people do not look at those men for the changes that they have been making and the steps that they have been taking to make that change. Many people do not realize that, not all men chooses to be the same, throughout their relationship. Also, another thing that I've learned about men is that men do soft vent. And as they get older and become more aware and they become more knowledgeable, they are more tactful with how they soft vent. And I've been going through Jesus' Instagram posts because, as I've said, I do believe that digital footprint tells a lot about these two. If you look at how posts on Instagram, the moments that she talks about her husband is, her, talking about what her husband has been doing for her. And that says a lot because it's telling us that Jeannie has been lacking as a wife. Take, for example, her Father's Day post when she said that, Jezzy is this amazing protector of their kids. And when she said their kids, she's talking about his kids from previous relationship. Now, why I say I believe Jeannie is also lacking. She was lacking as a wife, and I'm not bashing her. I'm not trashing her. I believe that based on my analysis and observation, and I've been paying attention to details, but it's just that when someone says something, I think about it, I look into it, and I try to see if it fits, right? Not to my likeness, but in general. So, what I do is to detach any emotion that I may have from the situation. Now, normally, my emotions would be going towards Jeanniemaie because I actually do like her. I see her as this bubbly individual. And I've always liked her for that. I believe that she tells hilarious stories. But at the same time, I do believe that she has always been a bit of a narcissist. Now, make no mistakes, I believe that everyone is a narcissist. But do you know how they have a percentage quartile? Like who's in the bottom quartile, who's in the top, who's at the middle, right? So I believe that we all have narcissism. Some of us are way at the bottom, which is okay. Some of us are at the middle. Some of us are extremely at the top. I believe that Jeannie is in the middle of that narcissism. I believe that she has displayed this repeatedly. If you have been observing her on the daytime talk show. Now, back to what I was saying, right? One of her most recent posts, she was talking about Jezzy being this amazing man. Now, we are not physically in this couple's relationship to know everything ounce by ounce. But what I can tell you is this. Normally, if a woman is not praised and worshipped and adored on Mother's Day, she gets into her feelings. We get into our feelings and our hormones starts going off and we get into our emotions because, hey, it's Mother's Day. How dare you not do something special for me? Why aren't you buying me the roses, rolling out the carpets, and all of that? If you're going to give me flowers and, a teddy bear or a watch or chocolate, it's not good enough. I expect you to go the whole 9 yards because it's Mother's Day. But when it comes to the man and Father's Day, the guy has to get up and he has to consistently prove himself. Now, what you normally find in relationships such as those is that the guy is gonna realize that he's in a relationship by himself. Because just imagine you're pouring into this person every day and you ensure that you do so from a direct, communicatable perspective. You're pouring into this person every day and you're not just doing a PR relationship online. Jezzy has been pouring into Jeannie every day, and we can see clear-cut evidence of that. But we're not seeing any clear-cut evidence of Jeannie pouring into Jezzy. This is why I say some women are aesthetic wife. Jeanniemaie is an aesthetic wife. She pours into him based on how it helps her. So she'll pour into him via a social media post, but she's not doing it physically. So when someone makes a post on social media praising you, after a while it really becomes redundant because you're going to realize that this person is not praising you. This person is just using you. They're using you for clout and they're using you for attention. Because on Father's Day, she was like, oh my God, we woke up to breakfast and he's so amazing, right? And we can always see Jizzy treating this woman like a queen. We see Jeanniemaie on a few occasions. I'm gonna make the salad for my man, and my man like the salad like this, and my man like the salad like that, right? So Jeannie has always been the aesthetic wife. So we can tell based on their digital footprint that you know she has been lacking in her marriage. I believe. I believe that Jizzy felt alone. I believe that he felt as though, he had a PR relationship because let's keep it real. All we see is just PR coming from Jeannie. And when I look on Jizzy's page, right, he did not need to post what he's doing for his girl. He did not need to post what he's doing for his family because he is a person of. Do you know how some people, their love language are connection, communication, physical communication? That is Jesus' love language, gifting. I can tell, and I've never met the guy. He loves to give, right? He's not about just big talk and, the luxurious this, the luxurious that. He's about making people happy, providing a safe space, and all of that. He has been doing all of that for his wife, but when he is through pouring into her, she's like, oh, thank you, you're so amazing. And she then jets off to her life as though he was a one night stand. No, the male ego is very sensitive, no matter how strong the guy is. And men do vent, but most of them, they soft vent. So with Jizzy being the guy, who has truly worked on himself, what did he do? He came to social media and he has been soft venting in a few posts, very brief line. He has been telling us that he's been empty in his marriage. But many people do not see it. And I'm not talking about, the most recent post. If you look back into a post that he made in August, he basically said that if something doesn't feel right, just let it go. Because he's given the sense that he feels alone, but he's married. And he's saying, I shouldn't be feeling alone when I'm married. I'm married to have a companion, and I've been giving you time, and it's been 2 years, and you keep asking for more time. And we're not getting younger, we're getting older. I want to wake up with my wife every day. I want to hold you in my arms. Men say a lot, without saying a lot. And I believe that because men are cultured into, you know, not weighing their emotions on their sleeves, we think that they don't feel, we think that they're not emotional. And when they're emotional, we believe that they are too emotional, right? No, as I've said, I'm not talking about every single post that he makes on Instagram because he does have a lot of messages and stuff going on over there. But there are a few that really caught my attention, and they were brief words, and you can see that those were unique to him. because he's saying, if something doesn't feel right, let it go. Then after that, he said, you know, people may not want to take the journey with you. So this guy has been basically telling us that his marriage wasn't feeling right and he was feeling alone. So if his marriage was not feeling right and he's feeling alone, why be married to her, right? And I believe that this is a thing about Jeannie and women like Jeanniemaie. They will keep pretending as though everything is okay when they know it's not okay. And she knows what was about to go down. Because do you think that this man just went out of the blue, you know, signed for a divorce in June? No, there was a discussion. And there were multiple discussions, but she wasn't listening. Because each time he has a discussion, she's like, oh, she has always been able to win him back. But she wasn't paying attention to the fact that at one point in time, he would be gone and he would be taking the steps that he has always been telling her he's going to take. Jeannie knew he was going to take that step. But what she started doing is she started playing the role of I'm the perfect wife. Let's keep this PR train going. And I do believe that she was also advised to do that so that at the end of the day, she comes out of this looking like the victim and the black guy looks like the horrible guy again. But I believe that Jezzy may not speak on this because it is something sensitive to him. I also believe that he's in a different um, mindset and he doesn't want that negative distraction as well. I've been looking at a few of his friends and they have been saying none of this has anything to do with cheating and he did his best. And once someone friend says that, you know that everyone knew what was going on. But Miss PR Queen Jeannie is giving the impression that she has always been clueless. I have always been praying for my husband. I have always been holding him down. She has been doing it on social media, but she hasn't been doing it in real life, I believe. Not saying that the guy could not be a sucker. Not saying that he doesn't have his own, complexities, that word in me, right? But you guys know what I'm talking about. I know it can be complex, but he has done a lot of work and he has come a very long way. But I believe that women are oftentimes we're not fair with our emotions and we want to be treated like queens and we want to get that royal treatment, but at the same time we don't know how to reciprocate when it is given. And that's when the men withdraw, and when they withdraw, and when they have been telling us that they are about to withdraw, we take it for granted. And then when they withdraw, we make them out to be the villain and cry and act as though we're the victim, when oftentimes we are not the victim. We are that silent villain. And that's all I have to say about that. See you all next time. Bye.